in a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers. The final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss. There wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, Maivia!
Steel had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler. Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steel. We'll see which prevails tonight.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steel. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steel have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steel is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight. Peter Maivia, very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows, maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime. Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal. Crank in the head. Talk about dismantling your opponent. Nice job dodging contact there. Carefully placed stomp to the arm. Delivering nasty stomps.
Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences.
Gonna lay takedown. Gonna stack them up here. Look at
Pin reverses the pin attempt. He kicks out almost immediately.
That's too early for that.
And Steel fending him off.
Down, head over heels. Well, the unorthodox style of George Steel is certainly working well at this juncture.
Let's see if Maivia has an answer for the animal.
Put in the corner now. Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
The High Chief just refusing to be intimidated.
The animal has no idea what to make of Maivia. Headbutt. Nothing fancy there.
George the Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal. But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief, Peter Maivia. And when you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation.
Two very opposing styles in every sense of the word, Corey. High Chief Maivia is a much more physically gifted and talented athlete in the ring than Steel. What's it going to take for the animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even more chaotic than ever inside this cage. Nothing about Steel makes sense to someone as traditional as Maivia. There's never any telling what the animal's going to do in a match, and he needs to keep it that way.
George the Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost a match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steel's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly, or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage. Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage. Ooh, just punishing their opponent. Snapmare could set something else up. Able to slip away. Grabbing a hold of their opponent face first into the cage. Oh, that might have just broken something. The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia is prepared all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
Momentum is all with Maivia now.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the animal out here. Trying to find his feet. This does not look good for him. The suplex.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui. Crucial turnaround there because George was falling behind.
This could be a good chance for Steele to get some distance and rethink things.
They're going to have to try to fight out of this. Body shots connecting. Ooh! Here he goes, up the wall of the steel cage.
Making a move, but is it the right moment? Pulls the legs. Oh.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steele often has trouble finding opponents due to his
Perched up top, diving leg drop.
Snapmare. Fist drop.
Peter Maivia just rubbing it in now.
Oh, no.
Oh, not to the belly.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But, guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
And you know what's next, guys?
What a backbreaker.
Does Peter Maivia have this sewn up?
And he's really being relentless right now.
And Steele recovered from this adversity. Like a brick wall running into you.
And it seems as though the High Chief is in a rare state of distress.
Yeah, it's very difficult to prepare for George the Animal Steele. You have to be cautious while climbing. Don't want to slip and fall.
He counters with a great reversal.
The WWE Universe is
oh no, now possibly setting up for a submission maneuver. And writhing in pain, trying to find an escape.
Able to punch his way out. Boom! Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
Man, what timing on that counter.
Someone stop this.
He covers. Is this it?
Could be.
He breaks the ref's count before 2.
Wow, I thought this was over. Peter Maivia sensed that was coming. Maivia has Steele in his sights, looking to put the animal down.
He's looking for yet another exclamation mark.
So much damage inflicted, and George is laid out.
2. No, he beats the count.
Where in the world is he getting this from? His beating heart will not be stopped.
That was a golden opportunity to end things. Now he's got to hope the opportunity presents itself again.
Running power slam.
Cover. We have a cover.
There's 2.
Almost inhuman at this point. And into the corner he goes.
Playing him on the top rope. Uh-oh, up to the second rope.
What an arm drag.
Cage doors being open. Can he escape?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Look at the power. And that was an effective attack, guys.
Hey, guys, I can't believe it. The animal is about to conquer Peter Maivia.
This grotesque creature is moments away from dethroning the High Chief.
He's getting even closer to making an escape.
This is what he's been training for. This moment right here.
Caught at the worst time, right at the top of this cage.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Face first into the cage.
Good find.
Falls back to the mat.
Didn't have anywhere to escape to.
Truly an uphill climb in every sense. Getting back up gets harder each time.
Sitting on the cage. What's the next move from here? And all he has to do is finish getting over the top of the cage, and he's home free.
It's not over yet.
It took all he had to get up there, guys. He might be gassed.
And the High Chief defeats the animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia!
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is